to the people all around you.
Hello and welcome to another of my pick a card reading. So today pick a card reading is going to be about how will you blossom in the next 3 months. So it is March right now, and in the Eastern Hemisphere March is springtime and there's a lot of flowers blooming. So I just want to do a reading on how you will blossom next. There's 2 piles to choose from with a cute washi tape. So the first pile is this red flower with this opalite. So cute, kind of spring theme. The second pile is this tulip washi tape, and with this yellow calcite. The third pile is this flower washi tape, and this, I think this is a rhodonite. Yeah, rhodonite. Yeah. So choose whatever pile you are drawn to, and please remember this is only a general reading, so if your message doesn't resonate, please just leave it. And thank you for listening. Let's go. Hello pile 1, whoever choose this red flower washi tapes and this opalite, so pretty. So this reading is about how will you blossom in the next 3 months. But first I'm gonna do like kind of an energy check-in to see the kind of love you need right now in order to bloom. So this oracle card, you got number 31. Love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurt and provide a sense of security and self-worth. So, this card. And you got 2 quotes from, this is kind of an inner child deck, a quote from your inner child. You have, I love spending time with you. Let's spend more time together. So your inner child wants to spend more time with you, and I want to do my favorite hobby today. I want to discover a new way to have fun. So the love that you need in order to bloom, first of all, is maybe spending more time with your inner child and do more of your favorite hobby, or just try new hobbies, because you never know what you might discover and might be your new favorite. And this flower is called the Morning Glory, I believe, and it's beautiful flower. And love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurt and provide a sense of security and self-worth. So I think the specific type of love you need in order to bloom, pile 1, is to, I feel like, acceptance come to mind, acceptance of the past. And it could be hard if in the past we were treated unfairly or we have a difficult childhood. But in order to bloom for the next 3 months, pile 1, I feel like you are called to, you could even say, fall in love with your past. How is that even possible, you might think. I feel like it's time to fall in love with your past self and your past version. The person, the you that have been through a lot, been through a tough situation. And I feel like if you look back to that person, the you in that particular past, you might think like, oh, she or he or they could have done better, or why didn't I do that, regret, or why wasn't she stronger, why didn't they start earlier, or it's like regret or judging our past self in a way. instead of praising her, instead of loving her, I'm using her, but pronoun doesn't matter, but instead of embracing the version that made us who we are today, we kind of feel saddened for them, or like wish they knew what we knew now. But in a way, I feel like the love that you need to grow and to blossom, Paiwan, is to fall in love with that past version, fall in love with them, with how they didn't know what we know now, fall in love with them with how they were, and all the information that they have, and everything that they did with the information that they know. Like, you know better now, but you also know that in the past, that past version of you didn't know better, or didn't know this information that you have. So how can we expect ourselves to do better or do that if that version of us haven't had the information yet? It's like we want our past self to do the impossible in a way. But this card is calling you to love, to fall in love, to embrace your past self imperfection and what you didn't do, or what you think, or what you wish you did better. So we cannot change the past, but we can change how we look at the past, or how we relate to it. We can reminisce with pain and with sadness and regret, or we can reminisce with love, as in send love to our past self and tell them they did the best they could, and you're proud of them and you love them, and they are enough. They are, because in a way you're proof right now, Pi 1, as in you are here, you are the version, you could even say the future version of that past self of yours. The future version of that past self is you right now, is a proof that they did everything right to become you right now, this version of you that are growing, that still not jaded, that still have love, and still trying to cultivate security within. Oh, one book that you might want to check out is called The Wisdom of Insecurity by Alan Watts. So that could help you with your blossoming. That book might have something that will help you love yourself in a way that you need, in a specific way that you need. That book really helped me cultivate my inner security. I feel like Pi 1, if you're trying to create security within as well as outside, you're doing a good job. And I feel like that might be the love that you need right now in order to blossom, is security. And I feel like one thing you could do is give that to our past self. It's like reminisce to that time where you feel unstable, feel insecure in a way of like instability, in a way of not grounded, like you need more to feel enough. Think of that past version of yourself that need more or didn't feel enough, and tell her that, or him or they, that you will give them security. I feel like maybe the security that you were looking for, Pi 1, that your past self was looking for, it might sound weird, but it might be, your past self can get it from you now, which is in their perspective their future self, and you now can give your past self the security that your past self need. So that might sound like a bit weird with the timeline, but yeah, you might want to go back reminisce back to that particular time where you feel very, very insecure, either internally or materially, and unstable materially or internally, and tell that person that you will give it to them. You will be the one to bring them the security that they need, and that they do not have to be afraid anymore. Because I feel like the love that you need to bloom, Paiwan, is to find that version of you in a particular timeline that still fear insecurity and fear that they're not enough. But you now, Paiwan, you now in this moment, know that the fear is just fear. It's just an illusion, because you now know and now learn that you are always enough and have been enough. And you looking back to that particular version of yourself in the past, and you saw them with clearer mind, clearer eyes, you see that past version of you is also enough already, as they were, as they are. It's like now you know that every version of you, from a baby, from teenagers, teenhood, adulthood, whatever age you are, every version of you has always been enough for you. So we might want to remind ourselves that, especially your past self. So that's what you need in order to blossom right now, particular love, Paiwan. And I feel like, yes, spend more time with your inner child, and as in doing things that you always love to do as a child, like for example playing video games, coloring, drawing, and yeah. Okay, Paiwan. Next, we're gonna look at how you will blossom in the next 3 months. So I already shuffled the cards, and the first month, I'm gonna start with the first month. You got Major Arcana, Justice, and this Dragon card, number 4, Wisdom, Asking Question. You also got the number 31 in the oracle earlier, so number 44 might be significant to you. So Paiwan, how will you blossom in the next month? Number 4, Wisdom, Asking Question, and Justice. I feel like with what we were talking about earlier, about giving our past self the security and the love that we always know we deserve, in a way we'll give ourselves justice. So when you do that, Paiwan, in the next month you will blossom in a way that's like justice for you, in a way that you always knew you deserve. So I'm hearing this line, I think it's a song lyrics called Righting Our Wrong. It is us that will right our wrong. It is us that will give ourselves what we deserve. Like I mentioned, it is us that will give ourselves the security we were looking for, the stability. It is from us. And in the next month, I feel like you will be embodying this kind of energy, this mindset of like, it's me, everything I ever was looking for. If you were looking for love, looking for, again, security, if you were looking for miracle, even look into a mirror, Paiwan, because you're looking at it when you look into a mirror. And with the number 4, Asking Question, how you will blossom, Paiwan, next month is by asking a lot of questions about specifically what you can and can't do, and what you can and can't have, and who you can't and can't be. You might have a lot of moments where you go like, why do I think that I can't do that? As in, for example, if you want to start a business, for example, running your own business, you might in the next month blossom in a way where you, instead of brushing that urge or brushing away that desire you began to ask yourself questions like, why do I think I can't do it? Why do I think I can't become a business owner? Who do I need to become to do the thing that I want? Like, who do I want to become? A business owner? Then how do I do that? It's like, it started with a question. Everything started with a question. Like, how did that work? And you will find that when you delve deeper into your initial question, it will lead you to the answer that your soul was looking for. And every answer might sound cliche, but it's within you by one. You have every answer within you. So I feel like for your next month, you will blossom in a way of intuitive knowing. You just know the answer right away, as in you will bloom in a way of inner confidence, in a way of giving ourselves what we deserve. Like, I know I am deserving of love. I know I am deserving of abundance. So I know I am deserving of success. So if I know I am deserving of all that, then I can put my best foot forward and do things that know I deserve. It's like, for example, a lot of people don't start what they really want to do because subconsciously they might have a belief that they don't deserve it, or that it's not possible for them, or that I'm not the type to become a business owner, for example. So when this is a way you will blossom next month by one, which is very empowering, is by asking yourself, like, why do I think I don't deserve success? Why do I think I can't do this when I know I deserve to live out my dream, to create my own life? And justice is about choices as well as fairness. I feel like how you will blossom next month also pertain to how you will be more fair to yourself, as in, for example, it's not fair to yourself if you ignore your needs. Like, for example, if you're tired and you need a nap, for example, like maybe in the past you might push forward and ignore that need, but I feel like in the next month, how you blossom is that you will not do that, and you will be fair to yourself and give yourself what you need, as well as, again, asking question of why, if I am feeling tired and I need a nap, why do I think that I don't deserve a break? It's these questions that begin to break the way we were operating. And cats might be significant to you, pi 1. The next month that you will blossom is in a way that I feel like long time coming. It's like you always know in your heart that you deserve more, that you were meant for more. In a way, the next month how you will blossom is like, it starts with you. You will begin to give yourself more, whether that's materially, as well, like invest more on yourself, spend money more on yourself, or energetically, like pour into yourself, give yourself more time, give yourself more patience. It's like when you need time, you're gonna, how you will blossom by one, it's like you're gonna give yourself that time. It's like, I need time to process, so I'm gonna give myself that time to process. I need a new shoe that's more comfortable. I'm gonna invest in a shoe that's comfortable for me. It's like you will give yourself what you know you always deserve, and that will like domino effect to you will start to do things that you know you deserve. It's like, for example, you know you deserve to have a healthy body, a fit body. So you will start to give yourself time to exercise or go to the gym to be fit, because you know you deserve a healthy body. It's like that. It's like this revelation, this inner knowing of what you deserve is how you will blossom next month. And I feel like that's just the beginning for you, Paiwan. The next month is just the beginning. You're just getting started of finding that security that you were looking for. And it's always gonna be us that gave us to ourselves. It's like finally giving ourselves permission to go for the thing that we know we deserve. Like we know we deserve better treatment, better relationship, better job. We know we deserve better shoe, better habits. Like we know all that. And how you blossom next month is by applying the wisdom and start doing the way, or start giving ourselves the thing we know we deserve. Yeah, I feel like maybe in the past you have this goal as well, this plan of I want to be more fit, I want to be more healthy, I want to make my dream reality, like my life, to pursue my goal. In the past, that version of you might also have the same ambition, but the difference is, I feel like the difference is, in the past you might subconsciously believe that you do not deserve what you desire, so you did not take action over it, and you might regret it, or you might think like, why didn't I do that like earlier? Like for example, if I started YouTube like I wanted to 2 years ago, now my channel would be like grown now. It's like that. It's like regret of not taking action. But like the earlier energy check-in, I'm feeling like Paiwan, I feel like you need to forgive as well as to let go, or tell that specific version of you to tell them that it's okay. It's like whatever they decided to do, you got their back, Paiwan. It's as in whatever my past self decided to do, you right now, this version of you got their back. As in you will give them that just that, oh my, like for example, my past self want to start a YouTube channel 2 years ago. I'm gonna give my past self what she wanted right now, like what she deserved. I'm using a she again, but it could be any pronoun. As in, my past self wanted to start YouTube 2 years ago. Well, I'm doing it now for her. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel now as a, what you call that? As a justice for my past self. Like my past self want to go to Disneyland. Well, I'm gonna save money and go to Disneyland for my past self. My past self want I'm keep getting a shoe. I don't know why. My past self want that specific shoe that in the past she might not be able to afford. Well, I'm gonna save money and buy that specific shoe that she want for her right now. Like I got my past self back, and it's never too late. So I think these are the revelation and the mindset you will blossom into in the next month, Paiwan. So next is the second month. How will you blossom in the second month, Paiwan? You got number 19, independent, curving your own path. Wow, yeah, this continuation of the first one, like curving your own path. Number 19 is number 20, number 2, and we got 2 clarifier, 6 of cup and temperance. Wow, 6. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's like snowballing from your first month, because the second month is like like I mentioned, the first month is just the beginning. The second month is when you making progress of what you began. Like I want to give the same example of YouTube. It's like you're finally giving yourself the justice you deserve in the first month by starting that YouTube channel that you should have started 2 years ago. So in the second month, how you will blossom is that you have fulfilled your, you could even say, childhood dreams, childhood wishes, or your past self wishes. Like I said, that specific example of YouTube, like you had fulfilled one or many of your childhood or past self wishes, whatever. It's like going back, you know, that this kind of energy, like going back to look at your bucket list, your vision board from like the past, last year or 2 years ago, and like decided to complete them this year. It's like that. And I feel like in how you will blossom in the second month is that you will take it easy in a way with temperance, as in I don't think you're gonna overdo it. I think you're gonna take your time, and like I said, oh, I didn't say that, like you're gonna take your time enjoying the path you're on and enjoying the journey, because it's like you might have realized that there isn't a destination, or in the second month there is, like, you don't have a destination in mind, because I feel like in the past you might have this belief or mindset of the best version of you is in the future. Like you will become the best version of you in the future. In the future you will be great. In the future you will finally be enough. I feel like maybe in the past you have this kind of mindset, but then in this second month, how you will blossom by two is that you finally realize that the best version of you, the successful version of you, the greatness version of you is right here, right now, in this moment, as well as every version of you is the best version of you. Yeah, I feel like in the second month, how you will blossom is that you might want to take your own path, go your own way, or create your own path, or create something of your own. Like I mentioned, creating a YouTube channel, a business, or just starting something new like a hobby. Or you might even go back to something that you used to love as a child, like I don't know, coloring book, something like that. And it's the realization of you're not going anywhere, as in there's nowhere to be. Like yes, you want to improve. Like if you that example of doing a YouTube channel, yes, you want to grow your channel, yes, you want to improve, but it's like that is those things that you want, it's like your goal that you want will naturally happen as you do your thing, you know, as you do your process, whatever that is. So like I said, YouTube channel, as you film, as you post continuously, as you enjoy what you are doing, your goal is naturally will be fulfilled. You will naturally grow. So it's like maybe in the past you might pursue something with the goal in mind, as in getting to the end destination with the goal in mind, I'm gonna get there, and maybe forget altogether about the process or like the journey. But in the second month, how you will blossom by two is that you realize that it's like if you put in the input, the output is naturally it's naturally created in a way. So you don't have to think or concentrate too much or at all on the output of what you're doing. Just concentrate on the input. Of course, it's good to have goal in mind and milestone, but in a way, I feel like how you will blossom by two is like you don't even care about the end goal. You know what I mean? It's like no matter what happened or no matter what the outcome is, my success is is doing the thing. It might sound cliche, but I feel like Pi 2, that's how you gonna blossom in the second month. It's like, this is enough. What I'm doing, like the act of doing it is enough. Because the feeling I get from doing it is so fulfilling that even if the outcome is not what I expected, I already fulfill my childhood wishes, or I already feel the fulfillment that I needed. I already feel the fulfillment that I thought I could get from the outcome and the result. I thought my fulfillment and my security and my stability will come from achieving that particular goal, from getting that thing. But in actuality, in this second month Pi 2, you realize that the feeling, emotion you were chasing, the feeling of fulfillment or security, already came to you and is cultivated by you doing the thing. So I hope that makes sense. Pi 2, it's like, waiting to feel that particular emotion, waiting to feel fulfilled when we finish a particular goal. It's like waiting to feel good emotion, but it's in the future. Like, for example, I can't be in love because I don't have someone to be in love with, for example. It's like waiting to find someone to be in love with. But you gonna realize Pi 2, in the second month, you're gonna blossom in a way that you realize, wait, I don't need to wait for someone or have a specific person to be in love. I can cultivate that feeling. I can be in love with myself. I can be in love with life. I can pick a fictional character and be in love with them. Like, I don't have to wait for someone to come in to be in love. Like, that feeling, I can just cultivate it. And that's such powerful realization that you're gonna be in Pi 2 in the second month of your blossoming. And you will create an atmosphere. You will create a sense of contentment that maybe you haven't felt before, like a satisfaction of, this is what I'm looking for. This is the destination. The second month, you will blossom into someone who is full of gratitude and gratefulness. All I hear is like, this is enough. It's enough. Of course, you can yawn and want more, and that's completely normal. You can desire for more, but the desire for more is not from lack. It's not from the feeling of lack, but it's from a feeling of, I know I deserve more, but I'm also grateful for what I have. It's such a balanced energy to be in Pi 2. So that's how you're gonna blossom in the second month. As in, another thing is, you will pursue your goal in moderation, in balance. As in, maybe in the past you used to pursue your goal with like hurrying, with the need that you need to hurry, and with like you don't have time, or pursue your goal in a state of like grinding, or like even pain, even like, for example, like I gave, like if you're tired and you need a nap, but you're like, no, I have to pursue my goal. It's like that. It's like with this need of urgency. But now I feel like in your second month of blossoming Pi 1, you will pursue your goal in moderation, in like, how do you feel when you pursue your goal? Do you feel light, or do you feel heavy? Do you feel like this is a burden, or do you feel like this is a party? This is fun. Something you enjoy to do. Like, you will pursue your goal in a way that satisfy your goal. Satisfy your soul, not in a way of trying to prove something. So that's a big, massive transformation, Pi 1. And the way you go about things, will change the game. The way you operate is massively calmer, and that's how you will blossom in the second month, and you will find that you will get things done more, or time passes. As in, for example, another one is like if you're cooking, you're just like, maybe in the past you're just cooking to eat, cooking to eat, like just get over with process so you can finally eat. It is the best part, when you're cooking is when you're eating. But I feel like in the second month, how you blossom is that you will take your time cooking, as in you will like treat it like an adventure, like an art, like dancing, and you will like take your time. You might even sing while you cook. It's like enjoying the process, and you will find that, wow, it's so fast. Like maybe in the past, like cooking might feel burdensome, bothersome, take a lot of time, but now you're like, oh, time fly when I cook because I'm having so much fun. It's like that. I hope you know what I mean by one. So that's how you will blossom in your second month. Okay, next, how will you blossom in your third month? So if you want to count it as a month, particular month, this could be either March, April, May, or you can treat the first month as April, May, June. It's up to you. It's the time. Let's pick a card for your next 3 months. So the third month you got is this card. Number 22, rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. Oh my god, yeah. This is such a continuation, giving yourself a second chance. Wow. This card is so powerful. Yeah, all the talk about giving your past self a second chance, giving your past self the grace they deserve, and you got the moon for the card fire. It's like what I've been saying, the third month is realizing that your past self, past version of you isn't wrong, isn't weak, isn't a coward. I'm sorry to say that's such a harsh thing, but I feel like you might have a warped sense perception of your past self, which is becoming clearer as you grow. By one, as you learn more, as you ascend, you begin to see more clearer and more in an objective view of your past and your past version, and you realize that your past version is doing the best they can, and you love them for it. So number 22, that is also again number 4 if you add 2, so 444, 44499. The moon talk about fear, illusion, dreams, hidden dreams. So in the third month, how you will blossom is like a continuation. Part 1 is that you have finally getting over your past fears. So for example, how will you blossom? Part 1 is that the example of YouTube that I've been giving is like, you might have started YouTube, but it wasn't going the way that you expect, or the word chicken now come to mind. It's like you stop halfway, or you give up, and you regret not continuing, but you feel like it's too late or whatever. It's like all this worries, fear, you could even say fears, and like overthinking. So how will you blossom? Part 1 in the third month is that you would get over your fear, I guess, by redoing it. It's not the act itself that is scary. I feel like it's the emotion attached with it that is scary. Like for example, if you have a memory of like, oh, doing YouTube, again, example, wasn't a good memory or a good time for me. Like I remember like being so anxious while filming. I remember like being so hectic, so busy, like grinding every day to film to film YouTube. It wasn't a good experience, so that's why I stopped, for example. But it's not really doing YouTube or filming YouTube that was a bad experience. It was like how you were doing it, how you were approaching it. You were putting so much pressure on yourself, you were grinding. That's just an example. So in the third month, how you will blossom is that I think you're gonna realize that, oh, so it wasn't the thing that I was afraid of. It was how I perceive it, or how I attach the emotion in it. It's like how much pressure I put on myself, more like. And the illusion and the fear I was feeding myself. Like for example, with the YouTube again, you were like grinding, working so hard on it because you putting so much pressure on yourself, because you fear that if it didn't work, then you will be a failure, or that if what I'm doing didn't work, then people will judge me, or it's like this fear. They will like, I don't know, but it's like pressuring yourself, like feeding yourself fears. In the past, whatever you were doing, you weren't really encouraging or supporting the way you do it. In a way, by 1, in a way, whatever you were doing, you were like threatening yourself in a way. When you were doing it, it's like if you were doing YouTube, you were threatening yourself in a way of like, if this doesn't work, then I'm not good enough. Like you're not gonna be good enough if you don't make this work. It's like threatening yourself, feeding yourself fear. And so that wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun experience. So rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. So in the third month, how you will rebirth part 1 is that you're done with that. You're not gonna approach the way you do things and the way you treat yourself that way anymore. Now whatever you're doing, for example, again YouTube, you will encourage yourself. You will give yourself support and kind words. It's like, do it the way you love to do it. Take your time. Do it the way you want to do it. Enjoy it. Do it for you. It's easier said than done to do it for yourself, but I feel like that's how you will blossom by 1. It's like maybe you were working hard for validation of the outside, of external validation. So by 1, how you will blossom in the third month is you will finally align, or you could even say combine. How do you say that? Or your version of yourself, your past, even your future, and yourself right now is gonna become one. Like a unimind thing, if you know what I mean. It's like, in the past, you might want to do something, but you never went for it, and you don't understand why. Now, I feel like now looking back, you understand, oh, I didn't go for it. It's because I have a subconscious fear of success, which is, for example, now that you realize that knowledge is power, you understood your past self and you sympathize with them, and you are calling all your version of you from past, future, even different timeline and dimension, to come back home, to come back to the original, to the core you, so that you can, rebirth, you can reborn into all of you, into the whole you, as in, the moon. With the moon, there's like phases of the moon, right? There's like, what you call that? Half quarter, waning deepest, crescent moon. They're like, moon go through a lot of phases, but what it will always do is come full circle. Like literally, it will turn full. The moon will always come back into full moon again and again. So I feel like how you will blossom by 1 in the 3rd month is you will realize that that's who you are, and that's the version and the faces of you. It's part of you, it's part of the whole, and it's feel like you come full circle with the rebirth. You might or you will realize in the 3rd month that your past self was working with you all along. Like the thing you regret you didn't do or go for, or the thing you did do or went for and it didn't work out the way you expect, was part of the plan, was part of who you are now. It's like the moon again have different phases, go through different phases, but ultimately whatever phases the moon is on, it's still the moon. It's still like the moon. It's not anything else, even when the moon is in waning phases. So you realize that like you are like the moon. Is like whatever phases, whatever version you been, you realize that all along you are always the moon. And it's like if you done something and goes like, oh, that doesn't seem like me, I'm not the type to, but then in the 3rd month by 1, what you realize that wait, I am that and this, I am everything that I've been through and anything that I could do possible, and anything that is possible. Realize that you are one with within yourself, your past self, and your future self. I feel like you can relate to your past more, as well as your future, as well as nature and people around you. So you blossom into someone who has mastered the law of oneness in your 3rd month by 1, and embracing every part, even the dark part, the imperfect past, the not knowing better part of you. You have called them all loving. You have come to love every facet of you, and that makes you so powerful. Pi 1 in the 3rd month, you have realized all of you is always there, just like the moon. The moon is there. The moon, even when it's in different places, you are still the moon. Even when you feel weak or down or regretful, you're still the moon. You're still magnificent. Yeah, I feel like the 3rd month you will blossom into someone who's reciprocate and present in whatever their feelings. Like for example, if you feel fears, you will be present and feel your fears. You will not run away. You will not show it away. You will not pretend to be confused about your fear. You will not brush it away. You will look your fears in the face and you will declare, you will try to understand it. That's how much you've grown, and how you will blossom in the 3rd month is that whatever emotion come up, even emotion from the past, you won't run away. You will stand tall and you will look at it and understand that it is part of you. This reminds me of shadow integration as well, with this just as light and dark, like you are integrating your shadows and your light side, as well as all version of you from past and future. I feel like Pi 1 in the 3rd month you have realized that the most powerful version of you is now, is the present version, is the version of you that is right here right now. Because right here right now is a version of you that is accumulation or is a combining version of you from your past, and a combining version of you from your future. And all of you is existing right now is the most powerful version of you, who can do anything, who can face any fears, who can see through any illusion. And you realize that it is right here, right now, that you will make the best decision from. And giving yourself a second chance is that you realize that life is not an all be all. So that's how you will blossom in the third man. It's like life's not an all be all. There's no right or wrong. It's just right or wrong for you right now. If you were conflicted about doing the right thing or the wrong thing, you will never do the wrong thing, because you know that chances are infinite for you. It's never too late. If only you give yourself the chance. In the third month, Pi 1, how you will blossom is that you will have overcome your biggest fear. Maybe fear from childhood, maybe an unknown fear that you never noticed. But you would have blossom into someone who can see your fear so clearly, and the source, where it comes from, the origin, and how to face it, how to overcome it. Like you become so powerful that fear is nothing to you. It's like, yeah, fear is something that's natural. Everyone feel it, and you do. But how you blossom in the third man is like, whenever you feel it, it's not consuming you anymore. You're in control of it. You're in the driver's seat. Like, I do feel fear, but how you blossom is like the fear will not stop you anymore from going forward or doing what you want to do or become who you want to be. It's there, but it's not governing anymore. It's not governing you anymore. It's just there to keep you company, but it's not dictating your life. So part 1, that was your reading on how you will blossom in the next 3 months. Next, I'm going to give you an original poem written by me, and the poem you get is number 1. It's called Dear Past Me. Okay. Just gonna read it. Your pile talk about giving your past self justice, giving yourself a second chance, reconciling with your past self, integrating your shadow and your past self. It's like overcoming your past fear. It's like righting your wrong. So that's how you will blossom in the next 3 months. Pi 1 is accepting of yourself in every version, past and future. So, as well as fall in love. Fall in love with your past self. Dear past me, you are stronger than I could ever be. You had to hold it all in for me. You are so blind to your own divinity, but I see you now. You are magnificent, and your energy can rival the sun. You are incredible to hold it all together, but darling, no more. I am bringing justice to ourselves. Oh my God. We can be as vulnerable as we want. We can be weak now. It's beautiful to let go, to let the tears flow. We can never stop aching for the love we didn't get, but that pain is a fuel for us to never accept anything less. Yes, what your past self were looking for, even your shy self were looking for, you have blossomed into someone, Pi 1, or gonna blossom to someone who will give your past self or your shy self that they were looking for. You know that quote is like, grow up to become an adult or become someone or an adult that you needed as a child, or become someone that you needed in your life, something like that quote. So okay, yeah, that's it. Pi 1, that was how you will blossom in the next 3 months. And if you like my original poetry, you can check out my Instagram below. And yeah, Taiwan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed that. Bye bye. Hello, Pi 2. Whoever choose this cute tulip washi tape with this yellow aventurine. Beautiful. So today reading is about how are you going to blossom in the next 3 months. So the first section of the reading is what type of love, what type of specific love do you need right now in order to bloom for the next 3 months. Pi 2. So I already pulled your oracles. The first oracle from the Whisper of Love, you got number 6. Be willing to express love to receive love. And this inner child quote, there is only one question, how to love this world, by Mary Oliver. So Pacific side is number 6, as well as conch shell, like this beautiful shell, and feathers might be one of your sign from your spirit guides. And by 2, the number 6 represent unconditional love and reciprocal love. So I feel like specific love that you need in order to bloom for the next 3 months, Pi 3, is express more love toward yourself first. Like be willing to notice when you are not reciprocating your own feeling or your own energy. Like for example, when you're brushing your feeling away, like for example, if someone made you angry and your instinct was to go, no, it's okay, they didn't mean that, like it's fine. So I feel like how you're gonna bloom, like the specific love you need to bloom for the next 3 months, is to recognize when you not reciprocating the emotion that you're feeling at the moment, and be willing to express love. Is like validate your own emotion. Like that example, you can, when you realize that, oh wait, actually it's not okay, actually I am angry, and I'm gonna acknowledge that. Be willing to recognize the emotion that come up and validate your emotion, as well as reciprocate the feeling. If you have a tendency to seek validation or approval from externally, I feel like the specific love that you need right now in order to bloom for the next 3 months, Pi 2, is learn to give yourself that inner validation and inner approval. And I feel like the first step is just noticing when we're doing that, when we're like trying to get approval, and recognize that we can actually give it to ourselves. And unconditional love as well, as in recognize, do we give condition to ourselves, as in am I expect myself to achieve this goal, be this way, become better, or become more healed, like give myself condition in order to earn the love even from myself. It's like this card is urging you to reflect and look deeper within us to see if we have some expectations, some conditions set inside of us that we feel the need to complete or earn before we can give ourselves the unconditional love that we know we deserve. So the specific love that you need is to be willing to be expressive toward yourself first of all, as in, like, it might sound silly, but it's like look into the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself every morning, like, good morning, I love you, to yourself or praise yourself, like you're doing a good job. Be willing to express love to yourself like that, through words, affirmation, to like, for example, like, oh, I'm actually doing good, I'm actually doing a good job, like something like that. Or to action, like give yourself time, self-care, or do activity that you love. Like for example, if you love swimming, make time to do that, so that it's like a way of expressing love to ourselves. Give, in a way, like specific love that you need is like the word pampering ourselves like that. Show ourselves that we adore us in a way. That might sound like silly, but sometimes I feel like a lot of people might forget to do that. Like this might sound weird, but people might take ourselves for granted, like take our ability, take our emotion, take who we are for granted. So I think it's important to check into yourself now and then and ask yourself, like, what do I really need right now? Like, what do I need in order to feel love right now? If I feel a bit, for example, if I need more alone time in order to feel more love, I'm gonna give that to myself, because that's how I express love to myself. If I feel angry, I'm gonna validate and acknowledge that emotion instead of pushing it away. That's how I express my love to myself. So that's some of the example. And ocean might be significant. There's a lot of shells, seashells in this card. And yeah, just look into ourselves, genuinely look at ourselves, maybe even as a third person, and see what does this person need right now in order to feel love. And yeah, this quote, there's only one question: how to love this world. And it's always starting with ourselves, as in, how can we love ourselves every day? How can we show ourselves every day that we love and adore ourselves? And I'm hearing the word, like, if you do that, people will call you like self-absorbed or self-centered. I feel like this kind of negative self-talk need to be examined and reflect upon as well, because if there's a part of us that will, like, loving ourselves, will praising ourselves, will hyping up ourselves as self-centered, as arrogant, then there's a need to examine on why do we view that as a negative aspect instead of just another way of loving ourselves when we need it. So that's another reflective question you can think about. For, like, it's a specific type of love that you need in order to bloom for the next 3 months. It's just examine how you love yourself. Do you think how you talk about yourself and what you do for yourself show enough love to ourselves? And I feel like, personally, I don't think we ourselves, our soul, our inner child, but want anything much from us. You might find that all we want from ourselves is acceptance and unconditional love, even if that looks like when we're not in a good mood, when we're angry, when we experience negative emotion, or when we you could even say fail at something, fail to achieve a goal, or when we are at a darker moment, when we're not at our proudest moment, or when we're going through unfavorable situation. I think especially then is when we ourselves need that unconditional acceptance and love the most. And it could be an experiment even by two, as in whenever you are going through a hard time, like unfavorable time, examine how you treat yourself when you're going through that difficult time. Do you, I don't know, pressure yourself or shame yourself for being in that situation, or blame yourself that you know, put yourself in that difficult situation? Do you negative self-talk? Do you call yourself negative words just because you're in that difficult situation? Like, how do we treat ourselves when life is not so fun? So that can be an examine on, instead of, like, this quote come to mind, life is already hard, so we shouldn't be hard on ourselves as well. So it's easier said than done, but in this oracle, pie 2, it's the specific love that you need in order to bloom for the next 3 months. Okay, pie 2, this section is gonna be on how you will bloom in the next 3 months. So this reading is timeless for whenever you're watching. So the next 3 months is how you're gonna blossom. So I already shuffled the card. The first month you got is knowledge, number 1, from the Dragon Oracle and clarified by the star. So I'm just gonna start with the first month right away. Your card was so easy to shuffle. By 2, they just come out like smooth, very seamlessly. So I feel like how you're gonna blossom in the next 3 months is the word organically, seamlessly, naturally come to mind. Just like how flower bloom, how they blossom, it's just, you know, natural. So your blossoming in the next 3 months won't be chaotic, won't be as hard, I believe. And I don't think there's any resistance to how you will blossom as well. Like, you're gonna embrace whatever version energy that emerge within you in the next 3 months. So because the first month is like knowledge and the star, so how you will blossom in the first month with the knowledge card and the star, making me think of realizing your dream, like knowing your life purpose. You could say like inner knowing. It's like, I believe that we all already know our life purpose as a soul. I feel like everyone does. It's just a matter of consciousness and whoever willing to tap into that knowledge. So I feel like in the first one, how you gonna blossom by 2 is that you're gonna tap into that inner knowing of yours to really get to know your soul mission, like what are you here to do on earth, and as well as with knowledge how you're gonna create that dream of yours. So in order to start anything, right, in order to start going toward your dream, your goal, first we need to actually know what that is. So this is like the first step. So when you realize that, oh, this is what I want to do, I feel like you're gonna feel so peaceful in that knowledge. Like I said, like seamless, like you're not gonna be chaotic. You know, some people, when they realize something about what they want to do, some people might have a hard time accepting their desire, their wish, but I don't see that at all for you. Pie 2, in your first month, I feel like you're gonna, when you realize like your calling, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like finally, like embracing that knowledge. You won't be like, no, like, you know, like brushing away. I feel like you'll be in tune enough to just accept it and embrace it. So just for example, if right, just an example, if you travel somewhere, like somewhere you've never been, like a foreign country, for example, and you step into a new land, that foreign country, and you like walking around being a tourist, and then suddenly you get a feeling and you realize that, wait, I want to live here, I want to move and live here, like just an example. And you realize that this is my calling, this is my dream, or this is where I'm supposed to be in this country that I just know. So in this example, there's two scenarios. One is deny, like you can go, no, this feeling is just because I'm on vacation. This feeling is just because I never been here. It's just a new place I never been, and it's just my imagination. Like it's not a big deal. That's the first scenario, but I feel like you're not gonna be taking that route by two. Not gonna lie, I feel like you're gonna be choosing the second scenario where you just goes, oh, it is what it is, and you just accept that you're gonna live there, or you're gonna do everything in your power to pursue that goal, to move to that specific country, because you just like have this strong inner feeling that you're supposed to be there. It's like that. So that's how you're gonna blossom, is that you're going to naturally accept your dream. You're just gonna naturally embrace it. You're like, oh yeah, like finally I know my purpose, my direction. It's gonna feel so good. I feel like knowing that you're here for a reason and you have like something to focus on and aim for that is bigger than you, that is based on like service for humanity, that is fulfilling to your soul, and that feel right in a way, that make you feel calm. If you have experience before Pi, two, if you have any experience of when you're pursuing a goal and while you were doing that you felt like heavy, or you feel like not aligned, or you feel forced to like forcing to achieve that goal, I feel like the one that you're gonna realize in the first month while you pursue it, it's not gonna be like that. I feel like it's gonna feel light. It's even gonna feel right and feel in alignment and fulfilling, and it's not gonna be like easy like sunshine and rainbow, but I feel like it's gonna be more like when difficult time come, when we on a journey to pursue a goal, you're gonna feel like unstoppable come to mind. It's like, oh, no matter what come up, I know like I'm gonna get it. So that example of knowing that you want to move to that new country, it's like even difficulty come up, like for example visa difficulty, documents difficulties, even employment difficulty in that new country that you feel like you're gonna move to, you're gonna be, instead of feeling like there's a blockage, you just know that you're gonna get through it. You just have this inner confidence and inner knowing that it's like, it's even if there's problem, I know that I'm gonna get what I wish for. I'm gonna get there no matter what, because it's what I want. It's like that. It's like you're just so confident in achieving it. In that example, in like living in that country, it's like just a matter of time to you. That knowledge is like, because you have this inner knowing, like I know I'm supposed to be here, I know I'm supposed to live here. So it's like you already know that example, you already know you live here. It's like you already see yourself living there. So it's just like just a matter of time you get to that vision that you saw, so it's like that. And you don't mind going through the process, you don't mind giving yourself time. So that's how you're going to blossom. It's just the word patient come to mind as well. It's like this kind of feeling. It's like, I know I'm going to achieve my dream, so might as well take my time and enjoy enjoy the road because I already know I'm gonna get there. So it's like that. It's very confident, which is how you will blossom in the first month, Pi 2. Okay, next is the second month, how you will blossom. In the second month, Pi 2 is you got number 6 again, so 6 might be significant to you. Number 6, bliss, cherishing the day. Another beach card, so you might like be a water sign, or you just love water, love beaches, because Mother of Cup, yeah, this is also a water element. So yeah, this go really well with the first journey. As I mentioned, you're gonna realize your dream, like your life purpose. It sounds like big and life-changing, but I just want to assure you, Pi 2, that this realization will come like a jigsaw puzzle being completed. It's not gonna feel overwhelming or like all heavy or like pressure to achieve your dream. It's not like that at all. It's gonna feel, knowing what you're supposed to do or why you're here, it's gonna feel so peaceful to you, like bliss. Yeah, because I feel like in the second month, how you will blossom is that after you know your dream and you going towards it, pursue it, or embodying it, you're gonna feel so blissful. I don't know how to describe it. Like Mother of Cups, you're gonna feel so joyful that you embracing the knowledge, embracing your dream. Like that example again with moving to the new country. So how you're gonna blossom in the second month is just, for example, the scenario, if you pursue that process of moving, and it's just an example, when you fulfill that goal of eventually move to the country that you feel like you need to live, in the second month you're gonna feel really happy with your decision. You're gonna feel so, the word reciprocal come to mind again with the number 6, like you're gonna feel so relieved and you're gonna feel so happy that you follow your dream or follow your gut or listen to your emotion, or just follow that inner knowing, inner guidance. You're gonna feel so like, you could even say feel so, what do you call that, victory? Yeah, feel so like you won something, you know, like feel so validated. Yeah, that's the word. Oh my god. Yeah, you're gonna feel so validated. Like there's gonna be, I feel like in the second month, how you will blossom is that you're gonna feel so validated and trusting in your instinct more, because I feel like the first, when you do that with your inner knowing, it's have proven to you that trusting your gut, your instinct, your emotion is gonna always lead to the word equilibrium come to mind, like balance, like inner harmony. There isn't a conflict inside. So how you will blossom is that you're gonna let yourself celebrate basically your past decision, even the one that you deem not good or failure. In the second month, how you blossom is you're gonna celebrate all your win and especially all your losses, because you I feel like how you will blossom is you will see that everything that happened lead you to who you are and where you are, and I feel like you just feel so grateful for the second month and feel so loved. I feel like mostly from yourself as well as by the universe. I feel like you're gonna feel so safe to basically let loose, you could say. How you will blossom that you will, I feel like you're gonna allow yourself to feel everything honestly, especially happiness and bliss and fun. It's like if you have the tendency to hold back your happiness or postpone it, or even like, oh, I don't want to laugh because I know if I do I'm gonna cry later. Like if you have this tendency, I feel like in the second month how you're gonna blossom is that you're gonna let go of all that control you're gonna feel like, if you feel happy, you're gonna go all the way, you know. You're not gonna go like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be too happy yet. Wait until, like that example, wait until my visa is approved, then I will be happy. It's like, no, in the second month, how you blossom is you're gonna celebrate every step of your journey, of your wins, and even your loss. It's like life will feel so like a party for you, honestly. By 2, I don't know why, but by 2 in the second month, you're gonna blossom in a way that just ooze contentment, just ooze joy. And I feel like it's a matter of allowing as well. I feel like in a way in the second month, I don't know why, but it feels like you're gonna allow yourself to really let loose the joy. Like you're not gonna hold back feeling joyful anymore, you know. It's like, and I feel like it's gonna be so easy as well to make you feel happy in the second month, because I feel like you just grow so much in a way that you feel grateful for every little thing, and anything that go your way, you're gonna feel so happy. Like for example, a silly example, like for example, if you have to catch a bus, and you miss it, I feel like in the past you might, you know, be irritated, of course, and that's fine. But I feel like in the second month, how you will blossom is like, you're just gonna take it as it is, and you're gonna go, oh, all right, I walk home. It's a nice day. It's like you're just going with the flow. You can find joy in anything, even in inconveniences. So that's very powerful, to find happiness in every corner. So that's how you're gonna blossom in the second month. It's like you're just gonna let yourself see the good in the world. Finally, I feel like if you used to be the type to have a negative lens toward the world, as in you might see a lot of flaw or darkness in the world, I feel like how you will blossom in the second month is that you will, I don't know, flip, actually do the opposite. You're gonna see light, happiness, joy in the world, in people. And it's not in a naive or rose-colored glasses way, but more in a optimistic, like I'm gonna choose to focus on the good thing for a change. Because I feel like maybe you have been focused on things that don't work out, or on the thing that you think you did wrong, or on the failure too much. So how you will blossom in the second month is you will let yourself focus on the right thing, on the thing that make you happy, on the thing that's going well, and on the little thing that make you happy. And you might, I feel like you will realize in the second month that how much everything is alright, and how much everything is working for you. As in, nothing, you might notice that nothing is wrong, as well as nothing is going wrong as well, as in, and you might find that little joy, little magic is actually everywhere. And I feel like you're gonna realize in the second month that it's just a matter of shifting perspective and focusing on the good thing, and it changes the way you look at the world. I feel like in the second month it's so powerful, Paolo, because it's like no matter where you go, you're always gonna find happiness. And it's not just that, you also gonna attract more happiness, because it's who you are, it's what you choose to focus on. So it's like you're gonna be very lucky in the second month, not gonna lie. And you just might find that everything just work out for you seamlessly, like flowing. The word flow, the word harmony come to mind. It's like, just another example is like, if you do art, for example, and another example is like, if you love to write a book, for example, and maybe your process up until now is, frustration, like having a hard time being inspired, or you might write a sentence and then delete it. It's like the work isn't flow, it's not workflow. And I feel like in the second month you might find that whatever you do, everything flow. And if, like that example, if you write a book, you might find that you just write, you might find that you are able to write flawlessly, like flowingly, and the process isn't so frustrating. So I think it's because of you, and how you finally in the second month blossom into a person who's just go with the flow, and who just see joy in everything, and the word grateful for everything. It's remind me of that Instagram post that I saw on Instagram. It's like this post, how they shift their perspective. Like in the post, for example, that girl was talking about doing chore. It's just the way you will think, it's like in the past maybe you might think of, I have to do my chore, it's such a chore, it's such a burden. But now I feel like how you're going to blossom in the second month, you're going to view it in a way of, I get to do my chores, I get to do my dishes, I get to do my laundry, because it's like I'm so grateful to be able to do this, to get to do this, it's like that's the energy you're gonna be and blossom into in the second month, which is amazing. I feel like bliss in the second month, if you are single, Pi 2, in the second month you're gonna be blossom into a person who is so attractive to the opposite sex, or to like whatever gender you're attracting to, because in a way it's like you're just oozing happiness, and that's really attractive. I feel like the most attractive people is the one who like content and happy with himself. So if you are looking for a partner in the second month, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of option, and even prospect who will be attracted to you. And yeah, with number 6 talking about reciprocal, and I feel like you're gonna notice that your feelings are gonna be reciprocal a lot, as in either by friend, family member, or even partners. It's like if in the past you feel like not a lot of people reciprocate your relationship, or it's like one-sided, I feel like in the second month you will notice that it's not going to be like that. You will notice that if you give 50 to someone, or if you give 100 to someone, they will give back. It's like that, and I feel like that might surprise you, because I feel like it's like that saying, happiness is contagious. If you see someone so joyously happy, you just can't help but feel the same. Like it's like that. So okay, part 2 next is the third month. How you will blossom in the third month is, you got number 11, invention, burning with passion. Wow. And clarified by the shirt, you got 2 major arcana, so the next 3 months will be very significant for you. Part 2, so you will blossom into I want to say your highest self. Your shirt is number 7? Yeah. So in the third month, how you're gonna blossom in the third month, the word unstoppable come to mind. A force to be reckoned with, invention, burning with passion. I feel like you're gonna feel so passionate for life. I feel like with the shirt for your project, for your work. If you do creative work, you're gonna be so like unstoppable, Paitri, not gonna lie. And you're gonna be consistent as well with the shirt, like as in it talk about momentum and success. So I feel like you're gonna blossom into a person who's gonna bring their vision to life, honestly. So as I was saying, the first one where you realize your dream, and the second one where you finally trust your intuition and embody your truest joy, your truest energy core, which is bliss and joy. I feel like by 2, your soul is such a joyful soul. It's such a happy soul. So if you don't see yourself as a happy person, I feel like your soul it's like the happiest soul. It's like a soul that just happy to be here, and just happiness itself. Yeah. So in the third month is that you're gonna, anything you do, anything you create, anything you touches, any project, side business, hustle, hobbies, anything you touch in your third month is gonna be successful. It's like you have the magic touch in a way. In the third month, you blossom into a person who's so trusting of themselves and their vision and their skill that no matter what you do, that type of person will always be successful. Because the amount of trust you have in yourself is like undeniable. And I feel like you might, in the third month, you might be blossoming to someone who's not afraid to try new things. So if you have a history of like comfortable with, for example, if you're a writer and that example, and you write the same genre, like if you write romantic novel and that's what you used to and that's what you've been doing, I feel like in the third month you will blossom into a new person. Blossom into a person who's not afraid to try new thing. Like for example, that writer, you might want to venture into other genre. You might want to try writing fantasy, horror, drama, whatever. So I feel like you will blossom into a person who's not afraid to step out of their comfort zone to try new thing and do it in a way that's passionate. I don't think you're gonna pressure yourself to try new thing or doing it in a way that's full of pressure or fear. Honestly, I feel like it's not what you do. I feel like it's like how you do it. And in the third month, how you do everything is gonna be with love and passion and dedication as well, like I said. And you will, if you have the urge to start new thing in the third month, I feel like you're gonna bravely, confidently walk through that new door, like knowing that whatever happens, you're already the best. And that's the level of confidence that you're gonna embody and blossom into in the third month. It's like whatever you do, whatever you create, you love it already. By 3, in the third month, you'll blossom into a person who embraces everything that they create. So if you're a type person who used to be critical or judgmental of their creative work or their creation, I feel like in the third month, you're gonna blossom into someone who's like embraced everything and deem it as successful, attempt like that example. So if you venture into writing a new type of genre, like for example, fantasy, and you finish that book in that new genre, fantasy, and you read it and you're gonna be so proud. You're gonna be so proud. You're gonna blossom into a person who like appreciate their own work, and hype up their own work and like look at that book and say and be the type to and become someone who like point to that and say like, look at that, I write that book. It's so amazing. Look at that book, I'm the one who wrote it. Like, you're gonna be so proud. You're gonna own your stuff. You're gonna hype yourself up. You're gonna, like, if you used to be afraid to show your art, your creative project, or promote your work, like, you're gonna blossom in the third month into someone who's, I don't want to say shameless, but it's not like that. I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who's proud, who take pride in what they create, and you're gonna like show it, you know, like the world deserves to see your work. It's like you're gonna have this attitude of the people or the world should feel lucky to see my work. It's like the audience should feel lucky to read my book. It's like that perspective shift, that mindset shift is like people are lucky to buy my painting, people are lucky to read my book. It's like because it's amazing. it's like this, it's like very confident and proud, and I feel like that's such an amazing energy to blossom into pie tree, because it's like we finally giving ourselves that justice that we deserve, that validation that we were seeking, that love that we were waiting for. I feel like it's in the third month that you're gonna blossom to someone who's like really, really proud of yourself, no matter like what you create. And that's just, I feel like that's just gonna unlock a lot of new skill for you. So in the third month, I feel like you're gonna feel the urge to try new things, like I mentioned, because it's like, I feel like the fear of not trying new thing or people saying the same is because they're afraid that the new thing is not gonna be good as the old one. You know, that example of, oh, I've been writing novel, like romance novel for a long time and it's really good, I really like it, but if I change my genre into fantasy, I don't know how I'm gonna do. I might not write as good as my romance because I never write fantasy before. Like it might not be good enough. So I feel like that might be the fear of why people, and maybe you in the past, doesn't try new thing. But I feel like in the last month, the third month, where you're gonna blossom into is that you don't care how the outcome gonna turn out. You just feel so passionate, and like I mentioned, like I deserve to venture, I deserve to try new thing, I deserve to give myself new chance to explore. It's like you don't care the outcome of your exploration. You just feel so loved already that you are giving yourself permission or allowing yourself to explore new, for example, genre, new things, no matter the outcome. And I feel like you would define that as success. Pie tree in the third month, you're gonna blossom into someone who redefine what success means to you. And I feel like what success means to you in your third month is not about the goal that you achieve, but it's about how you pursue that goal, like how it makes you feel. And allowing yourself to go for it in the first place, you would deem that as a success. Pie 2 in the third month. And yeah, and I feel like I mentioned, you're gonna be unstoppable, because it's like, for example, right, that example of the writer, if I can write a fantasy novel, now I can write any genre. Like I can write horror, I can write drama, I can write even a screenplay, or I can write a musical. It's like, by taking that first step into new territory, by two, you had opened so much door and possibility for yourself, and you're gonna feel so proud of that as well. It's like, wow, I just unlocked something there. So in the third month, you're gonna be unlock a lot of doors for yourself, just because you are not afraid to follow your passion. So okay, part 2, that was how you're gonna blossom in the next 3 months. Next, the last part is an original poem. I'm gonna give you an original poetry written by me. The poem you got is number 11. It's called My Mission. Okay. It begins with love and it ends with love. I know who I am. Your words, your judgment, your cruel eyes say a lot, but none of it has to do with me. What you think is possible or not is none of my business. So refrain from commenting on I know what I am doing. And mostly, my mission is to shine light on your shadows, shine light on the truth, shine light on the unknown, shine light on the ego. You can't see me for who I am. My soul is leading the way, and unlike most people, I'm not afraid to follow. Yeah, I feel like this poem describes you really well. Pi 2 is like you're gonna blossom into someone who's not afraid to follow their light, their soul, their gut, their instinct, their calling, their dreams. Like you're not afraid anymore. That's the feeling. It's like this. The first one, like I mentioned, it's like when you realize what you're here to do, you just go, oh, okay, and you just accept it. There isn't any fear, and I feel like maybe in the past there was, but how you gonna blossom in the first month is like there isn't any fear. There's just like unconditional acceptance of that knowledge. That's all. That's what I'm here to do, and then you just proceed with that knowledge. You just follow that light, and you just don't care. I feel like you're just so unbothered. It's like that energy. It's like I'm here on earth. I have a mission, and I'm just gonna carry on my mission and have fun along the way. I don't care what people say. It's kind of funny, but I think it's how you're gonna fulfill that missions of you as well. By doing it with ease, like I mentioned, like with naturally, like seamlessly. You're gonna carry out your mission, whatever that is, with like organically, naturally, seamlessly. So I feel like I do advise if you feel like you have to force thing, or you feel like something is being some outcome or something that is hard to, it's like you have to force it. I feel like that's not really your mission. I feel like if something that is so that you have to force it, or you have to really control it the way you want, I feel like your soul doesn't resonate with that. I feel like your soul resonates with ease and trust that you don't have to force anything, because everything is already worked out for you. It's like that example of it's like that example of writing again. So writing again is it's like when you notice yourself like forcing to write, or frustrated. It's like angry, like frustrated, like why can't I write this scene, like why, just getting angry on the process. I feel like it's be in that situation, it's be better for you to stop and take a break and let it come naturally to you instead of writing the scene. I feel like the scene gonna write you, as in you're gonna take a break, take a walk, don't think about it, and I feel like the scene will naturally write itself in your head, and you will come back and like write it naturally. Don't have to force anything. Yeah, I feel like the advice is you don't have to force anything, because it will come to you if you're just open to it and let go of control. And I feel like you're gonna blossom into a person who will do exactly that. So yeah, that's it, poetry. That was my original poetry, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, that's it, poetry. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Hello, poetry. Whoever chose this rhodonite and this red flowers. So today reading is about how can you blossom in the next 3 months. So the first section is what type of specific love do you need in order to bloom. So poetry, I already shuffled the card and you got number 45. Be supportive. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. And to quote from your inner child. Okay, message from your inner child. What do you think success is? Asked the boy. To love, said the moon. So this is a quote from a student's illustration, if you know what I'm talking about. The boy, the mole, the horse, and the fox, I think. And this one, we are more than a mistake. We are more than what people expect of us. Okay. So number 5. 5 of 5 might be significant to you, as well as bow and arrow and butterflies and wings, angel as well. I feel like you might have a special connection with angels by tree, but what specific type of love do you need in order to bloom in the next 3 months? Is that be supportive. Okay, I feel like it's time we show supportive to ourselves. First of all, I feel like with the number 45, number 9, it's about completion. It's about just taking a step forward. I feel like there's a saying that when you're about to finish something, it's like they're gonna be more resistant. So with the number 9, I feel like by 3 you are about to complete a cycle, a big one, where your relationship with yourself and what you do changes completely. And when we, like I mentioned, when we're about to finish something, there's gonna be a resistance from within us. So I feel like this is a moment where we noticed within us where there is resistance to advocate for ourselves, to support ourselves. Being supportive to ourselves can be shown in many ways. For example, like physical need, like if you feel like you are in your head too much and you need a walk, how you can show support to yourself is to determine to bring ourselves for a walk and be there for us in a way. So how is that look like, you might wonder, by 3. So being supportive is being there for ourselves. If you have an experience of being there for the one you love before, for example, if your loved ones is going through a hard time and you like there for them, comforting them, just sitting with them, listening to them, I feel like this specific need, this specific type of love that you need by 3, that you need in order to blossom for the next 3 months, is it's time to be there for ourselves. It's time to especially when you're going through a hard time, I feel like it's easier to distract ourselves and keep going, or just, continue as normal, which in certain circumstances that is needed. But I feel like in particularly for you, by 3, I feel like it's time to sit with ourselves and listen to our inner child, our inner voice, and our worries. So maybe, for example, as a child, you might have a lot of worries or concern, but you might feel like no one, or not a lot of people or adults take your concern or worry seriously, or they are not like listening to you when you voice your concern. So I feel like in order to bloom for the next 3 months, by 3, is that when you have a worries and you voice it out to out loud, even, or write it down, or even voice it to your angels and your guides, I feel like it's time for you to be present and listen to that, to your needs and your worries. It might sound silly, but it's like, for example, I do it sometimes. It's like if I'm worried about, so right now I'm going through a big change, like I'm moving, so there's a lot to worry about that, right? It's like, oh, I'm so worried about moving, I hope there won't be a problem, I'm so worried. Like, it's just normal when you go big change, you just voice it out to your friend, your close one, your loved ones, write it out. Or if you don't have anyone like that, just voice it to the universe or your guides. And just the simple act of just doing that, just voice it out loud, can help elevate a lot of the worries. And you will feel like you're not alone in your worries because you have shared. You don't have to burden it alone. That's how we can be supportive with ourselves, by releasing your concern, your worries to the universe, and trust that they will be there and take care of it. It's easier said than done to like, oh, the universe will take care of it. I trust the universe to take care of it. But that's what I'm talking about, Pi Tree, like the transformation, the completion, as in you are nearly completed with your transformation, because from now on, that kind of thing will be easy for you. Like in the new phase, it will be so easy for you to just release your worry, voice your worries, and not keep it to yourself. We are aiming for that, to not burden everything by ourselves, because you might resonate with, maybe in the past, resonate with being hyper independent, as in like, I am capable, I can do everything myself because I don't think people are capable to help me, or people don't have time to help me, or just a bit self-sabotaging in a way. But I feel like in the next phase, by 3, the biggest love that you need in order to blossom is learning to trust, learning to lean on others. And if it's difficult at first we have to lean on ourselves, as in trust ourselves to listen, trust our spirit guide to listen, and then we can take the next step, trust our loved one, trust our friends. It's a step-by-step process, and you will realize by 3 that every single time the universe came true. Every single time you might realize that, wait, there's nothing for me to worry about at all. I was so worried about this thing, but fast forward, you realize that I shouldn't even, like, there's nothing for me to worry about. Everything turned out fine. And with Be Supportive, it's like everyone wants support, but we also have to remember to ask ourselves, am I capable of receiving support? Am I open? Am I allowing support? We might want help and support so bad from people, universe, but most people don't even notice that they might not be open to support. They might be, have controlling issue, might be hyper independent. So when there's support around you, you might not even see it sometimes because you're like determined that there isn't support. So we're in this kind of mindset in ourselves that we can notice, that we can spot Pi Tree where we think we don't deserve support, or where we think there isn't, where we think like, oh, no one can help me, no one can support me, because of past experience. The way your mindset is programmed is from past disappointment, when you do need support and no one come through. So that's just an example. So in your new phrase, Pi Tree is giving the universe or people you love one more chance of letting them show you that there is support everywhere, and also allow yourself to open up to receive help. So yeah, the specific type of love you need, Pi Tree, in order to blossom in the next 3 months is notice when you are being closed off to help or support, or notice when are you receptive to help, are you open to support. Just something to think about. It's like, I often do this as well. It's like when I do need help, I have to ask myself, like, yeah, I do need help right now, but am I allowing people to help me? am I receptive to help right now? Am I open to help right now? Like, there's a difference between wanting help and allowing people to help you. So I feel like this is the specific type of love that you need in order to bloom for the next 3 months. By 3. Okay, by 3, I already shuffled your cards, and I apologize for the setup because I mentioned I moved recently, so my setup is all over the place. So how you're gonna bloom for the next 3 months is you got the first month you got number 24, freedom, breaking the change. Wow, freedom, 24. So you might be 24 for some of you. That's just confirmation. And to clarify, you got justice and 2 pentacles. 222 might be significant as well. So I'm just gonna start with the first month. Freedom, breaking the change. Wow, it's really powerful. Pie 3, because like I mentioned, you are going towards completion in something, maybe in transformation from being, like I mentioned, hyper independent, being like closed up, being, what is the opposite of receptive? I guess it's controlling. I feel like you're coming out of that. Like I mentioned, that's the specific type of love you need, is to know that you supported enough, to know that you have help. So for you to feel safe enough to open up and be receptive to those help. And that could break the chain, break the cycle of feeling alone or feeling left out in the cold. It's making me think of 5 Pentacle. Weirdly, you got the 5 Pentacle for the 3rd month. But yeah, it's like breaking the chain of like nobody can help me, or I don't deserve help. This kind of negative thought, I feel like you're breaking that chain. And it might not even just be from you, Pie 3. It might even be a family, ancestry burdens, ancestry curse, you can say, where your ancestry line might take on too much, or might think they have to take on burden and responsibility that's not theirs, might have carried too much, and you might have feel it like carry too much responsibility. This is giving me older sibling vibe, something like that. So you're breaking the chain. How you gonna blossom in the first month, Pie 3, is that you're breaking that, you could even say curse, that cycle, because you realize that you deserve to be supported too. You deserve help, and you deserve freedom from burden and responsibility that are thrust upon you, that are not even yours. Like your justice and 2 Pentacle. 2 Pentacle talk about balancing, juggling, doing 2 things. And justice talking about balance. Yeah, these are 2 cards of balance. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who's a master at balancing, like able to tell when you need help and when you can handle it on your own. Like I mentioned in the past, it might have been hard for you to recognize when to stop and ask for help or be receptive to help. But I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who's like know when enough is enough, when to stop and just surrender. Yeah, it's like it's so powerful to be able to tell when your free will is needed or when trust in the universe is needed in a situation. That's a balancing act that is so hard to embody, but I feel like you're gonna do it, Pie 3. In the first month, you're gonna embody this yin and yang. Oh yeah, it's reminding me of like energy between masculine and feminine. Everyone have this energy inside them, and by 3, you literally gonna master both energy and know when to use which. Like for example, in this situation, it is called for my masculine energy to step forward and take control of the situation, as in a go-getter, a decision maker. Or when you're in another situation and you know that the situation is called for your feminine to step forward, because it is called for surrendering, it is called for trust, it is called for stillness, it is called for receptivity. And wow, I feel like if you are able, I feel like you are gonna be able to blossom into this person, this type of person, then you are breaking free from one thing is toxic masculinity, and that might be a family ancestral thing in your family line. If you notice, like if your family line have a history of toxic masculinity, and it's an energy, it doesn't have to be in male lineage, it could be in female, because I feel like you might know by tree that this world is running on toxic masculinity energy, and to be able to hold space for your divine feminine, to be able to balance these two energy within you, by tree, you are amazing, and that's what is gonna break you free from the shame, from the matrix. You can say from social expectation, social rules, or social system that doesn't benefit us at all, because I feel like now you know what is needed of you instead of what people expected you to be. I feel like you might know, Patri, that a lot of people or society in general expect us to be more of a masculine energy, right? More of achiever, more of go-getter, more of like success in the material realm, more of like, I don't know, hardworking, grinding. Like I feel like that's the societal expectation for us to be in. And I feel like you might know, Patri, that that side is needed and valid, but it's not who we are. We have our feminine side, no matter the gender, the other side that needed nurturing, that needed rest, that needed to surrender, that needed to just chill and to just smell the roses. So I feel like you're gonna be able to do that. Pie tree, you're gonna blossom into someone who will have the best of both worlds, who walk through this earth really balanced, really in a way that's I feel like in a way that haven't been achieved before in your family line. So I feel like you're gonna be the first to do that, pie tree. So congratulations, you're gonna blossom into someone who have healed your family line. You're gonna be the first to embody both energy with love and like naturalness. It's like maybe in the past you have shame the feminine side of you, maybe shame the side of you that are sensitive or that needed more time, or that might even be called lazy. But I feel like now, next month, you're gonna blossom into someone who's gonna embrace that side and know that it's just a natural part of the cycle, part of you. It's like this, the earth needs the moon. Also, the earth needs the sun. One cannot exist without the other, and you have mastered the moon in you, pie tree, and the sun in you. So when you can embody both without a problem, you're free. You're free to do whatever you want without the threat or the fear that one side is gonna take over. Like for example, I can give a personal example, pie tree, as in when I get into a project like work, right? I used to be very tunnel vision, like masculine energy, like I need to grind, I need to work harder, I need to keep going, and it's like I kind of lost it in a way, lost to my masculine side, toxic masculinity. So that's when I was called to bring back my feminine to balance it out. I could be a bit obsessive with my work to the point of toxic masculinity. So that's when our divine feminine inside us come in and remind us to take a break, to step back a little bit and not destroy our health in the process of achieving our goal. That's balancing act. So I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who can do that. And now when you pursue any goal by 3, you're gonna pursue it in a way that's more wholesome, more balanced, more present as well. Yeah, so that's how you're gonna blossom by 3 in the first month. Okay, by 3, next is the second month. You got 2 cards, 2 dragon card, number 23, enlightenment, moving forward, and number 5, miracle, making difference. Wow, I really love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I feel like this is the card that make me want to buy this dragon oracle deck. So you got the sun to clarify. So oh my god, it's so amazing. By 3, the second month might be really significant because you got the sun and the miracle card. So I feel like by 3, how you're gonna blossom in the second month is that it's like a miracle. Your existence is like a miracle. I feel like you're gonna realize this in the second month. It's like, wow, me existing in this time as who I am, as a wonderful soul here in this specific time is a miracle. And I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who can see hope, can see the light in any situation. Maybe in the past, if you have a hard time finding the light when you're going through a hard time, you're gonna blossom into someone who can easily find the light in the second month, as in you know that the light is coming from you, within you. And I feel like in the second month, you're gonna be really, really connected to the other realm. You're gonna blossom into someone who's like really connected to maybe nature, dragon, obviously, water, the elements in general, like everything, you know, every natural thing, like the sun, the moon, the tree, like it's gonna intensify and magnify the energy of it. You know, sometimes when you like sit next to a tree and you touch the tree and you can feel the energy from that tree, yeah, I feel like you're gonna be able to do that by 3, not gonna lie, in the second month. And more than that, I feel like you're gonna connect it to your surrounding in such a deep level that it's like you become what you touch. So it's like, example with that tree, when you touch that tree, you're gonna embody it, become it, even have that restorative ability of that tree. It's like you are able to embody the energy that you come in contact with. And it's not gonna be like, yes, if you cannot control it, or if it's an intense or even dark energy, that's gonna be dangerous and harmful. But I feel like in the second month, you're gonna be able to discern what kind of energy that's coming to you. Like for example, with tarot reading, you are like channeling energy, right? My personal example, it's like I have to be able to discern what energy I'm channeling from and who. So I feel like in the second month, by 2, you're gonna be able to do that. Like I mentioned with the first month, how like it's so weird. In the first month, you're gonna be someone who is able to embody the divine masculine and divine feminine. You are able to comfort whichever energy that it's needed. So that's a level of mastery that took a long time to hold, and you are able to do that in the first month. And in the second month, it's like the next level. It's like it's not just the divine feminine or divine masculine within you anymore. It's like it's everything. It's like when you look at the moon or the sun, you're like, wow, you are the moon and you are the sun. If you want to embody it, it's so amazing. It's like a miracle. You know that sorry, I forgot to mention 23 and 5. It's like 5-5. Yeah, 5-5. 5-5 is about changes, but it's making me think of shape-shifting, like changing your, you know, have you ever watched X-Men? For example, X-Men, right? Mutation, some kind of DNA changing, something like that. You know, in X-Men, there's like a guy with the wings, and there's who's that girl that played by Jennifer Lawrence? Who is she? The one that she can shapeshift. She's a blue Raven. Yeah, I think her name is Raven in X-Men. If you know what I'm talking about, by Tree, it's like that. It's like she's blue and she can shapeshift into anything. But it's not like it's not like you're gonna be able to shapeshift into anything. I don't think, Patrick. But it's more like the energy you're gonna be able to embody. It's like limitless. It's like so many realm is opening up for you. So many being, like God, deities, energy that's gonna be coming to you. And I feel like you are at a point in your spiritual journey, Pi 3, to able to put down boundary and know better which one you want to interact with or have a conversation with or embody. So I mentioned in the beginning, yeah, angelic protection, angelic realm, like angel. You might work with a lot of angels, and yeah, in the second month Pi 3, you're gonna be meeting a lot of new archangels, angels, angelic energy that's gonna be coming and introducing themselves to you. It's like a miracle. Yeah, like it's like you gonna be coming in contact with an energy, a miracle energy or angelic energy that you're gonna be so like, yeah, the source energy that you're gonna be feeling so like honor, and you're gonna feel so surprised and feel like, wow, this type of energy exists in a good way. Like, you know, think of synchronicity, think of serendipity that had happened to you in your life. Like, you know, like what are the chances, for example, when you I couldn't think of one. Yeah, just Pi 3, think of one serendipity in your life that happened and multiply that by 100. I think that's what you're gonna encounter in the second month of your blossoming, because you are blossoming into someone who are able to receive that miracle, that serendipity. You are someone who are open to miracle. You're not gonna deny, brush away, like luck or serendipity. You aren't someone who gonna, maybe in the past you might be someone who gonna say like, oh, that's impossible, or that's never gonna happen. But I feel like you're gonna blossom in the second one into someone who's believing in miracle and know that it was a gift from above, or that this synchronicity, these coincidences is not a mistake or just coincidences. It's little magic that is coming to you, and you are at a place in your spiritual journey, Pi 3, to literally open your arm to receive this miracle. Yeah, I feel like, so Pi 3, just a side note, so if you have been like maybe in the past praying for something, wishing upon a star, wishing for something so bad, but you feel like it wasn't given to you or it was denied, your spirit team just want to say that it's not because you didn't deserve it, or it's just that I feel like even if they were to give it to you, give what you asked for in that past, you won't be able to receive it. You weren't open to the miracle you were asking for. So every time we ask for a miracle now, Pi 3, like I mentioned in the beginning, like, when you ask for help or ask for a miracle, when you pray for something, are you open to receive it? Are you prepared for it? And I feel like in the second one, you are blossoming into someone who are prepared for it, prepare for what you pray for, prepare for your miracles. So wow, I feel so awestruck. I feel so like unreal. Like I can't believe this type of energy. Like I can't believe this kind of feeling, Pi 2, in your second month. So watch out for something like that. 5-5, and yeah, watch out for a miracle in your second month, as well as be prepared for it, be open for it as well, Pi 2 in your second month. Okay, Pi 3, Next, your third month is you got, wow, number 26, protection, finding what's important. Beautiful. And clarified by 5 Pentacle. Okay, how are you gonna blossom in the third month is that? Okay, I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who's have accept loss. With the 5 Pentacle, 5 Pentacle talk about disappointment, talking about being left out in the cold. So I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who gonna let go of mistake that you couldn't protect either yourself, either what's important to you or your light. So I feel like nobody in this earth, no soul going through this earth go out unscarred. Is that what you say? It's like when we incarnate on earth, there's bound to be experiences that will hurt us, that give us trauma or sadness and grief, and no soul cannot avoid that. So I feel like in the third month by 3, you're going to blossom into someone who's determined to protect the part of you that you couldn't protect before. Maybe your inner child or your light, your innocence, your pure intention. Like maybe in the past you were looking for someone to protect you, protect this part of you, protect this, you could even say your feminine side. But I feel like you have come so far where you have cultivated a masculine side, a healthy masculine side inside of you that are very protective of your feminine side inside of you. So there's inside every soul, there's 2 energy, masculine and feminine, and it is utmost important that we cultivate those energy to not go against each other inside us, to not conflict each other, but to protect each other. And I feel like you're at a point by 3 that you have cultivated those 2 energy to protect each side. So the masculine is going to protect the feminine in the material realm by 3. So the masculine side of you going to protect your feminine side in the material realm, in the physical realm where you can see things, where you can touch, what you can earn, achieve, and own. While the feminine side of you, pi 3, is going to protect the masculine side in the spiritual realm, where you can't see with your eyes, with your human eyes, but you need your third eye to see. So the feminine side going to protect the masculine side of you from evil eye, from dark energy, from negative energy, from low vibration energy. So this side of you, it's talking about balance again. These 2 sides of you is working together in harmony to protect each other from in the 3D and the 5D realm. And it's so powerful because it's not like you don't need anyone to protect you when you can protect yourself. It's not like that. It's that when you are able to cultivate those protective energy within you by 3, you're gonna attract the physical embodiment of that. So if you're looking for your divine masculine or divine feminine, you're gonna attract the exact energy to you, from you, as in the divine masculine that you're looking for example, gonna reflect, mirror your divine masculine inside you. And if inside you, your divine masculine is protective of you and healthy and grounded, then that will reflect the physical 3D of that person, that divine masculine that you will meet. So, and it's gonna feel like a bit, you might feel a bit like, oh, what a shame that I able to do this now. I wish I could have protect myself more in the past. I wish I was stronger in the past. I wish someone could have protected my childhood self, or I wish I could have protected what's important to me in the past. But I feel like all these, you could even say regrets, will resurface for you to release. And I think you will. In the third month, you will be more determined than ever to not let it happen again. So for example, if in the past you feel regretful that you weren't able to protect what's important to you, as in your dream or your goal, like for example, you might have let society tell you that your dream is unrealistic, it's not achievable, it's stupid even. So I feel like in the past you might have let those negativity get to you and make you like question and doubt your dream, or even give up on it altogether. So in the third month, you're gonna blossom into someone who will determine not to let that repeat, who will determine like finding what's important, know what important to protect. Like you know that your dream is important now, so you're gonna protect it at all costs. That song At All Costs from the animation Wish is my favorite song ever. By Tree, go check it out if you want, because I feel like you're gonna blossom into someone who's know what to protect now, who knows what's important now, and as well as you have the capability and the ability to protect it now. Like now, if you have a dream and if some negativity come your way of making you doubt your dream, like, oh, that dream is stupid, like why are you doing that? If those negativity come, you'll have blossomed by into someone who can literally discern, like, this is important to me, this is my dream, I don't care what you say, and you're gonna protect yourself from that negativity, and you know what's important to you, and you know that, oh, my dream is not important to that person, obviously, but it's important to me, so I'm gonna do it and protect it. Yeah, this discernment, this boundary, like this dragon is like watching. That's you by Tree. You're like looking out for yourself in a way that never before. You might also be healing self-abandonment womb as well. You're like, so I feel so proud of you, and also you should be so proud of yourself by Tree, because you are becoming that guardian that you always want or needed, and you're like looking out for yourself in a way that demand nothing but respect. And whatever energy, like I mentioned in the second one, there's gonna be a lot of energy, good mostly, but if there is any bad or negative energy coming your way by Tree, you're gonna blossom into someone who's like not allow any of that, not allow any of the low dense energy to come even near you. You're so protective of yourself like never before, and I feel like you're gonna feel a bit bittersweet. Like in the beginning you might feel like, oh, I wish I did this earlier, I wish I protect myself more in the past, but even with the bittersweetness, it's also going to be a fuel for you to never give up on yourself, to never let, you could even say, unworthy people or relationship or energy like take up your time. Now your time is important to you. It's like how I spend my time is up to me, and it's important to me. Like if anyone want my time, my attention, my focus, they have to earn it. It's like you are your priority. You are your first choice. And I feel like that's gonna ooze in your aura and your energy, and people will notice this. Will notice like, wait, Pi Tree it's a bit unreachable. Like I have to come correct when I'm going to Pi Tree. Like I have to be really like, if in the past, if there's an energy of like trying to take advantage of you, trying to one-up you, something like that, I feel like in the third month, you're gonna blossom into someone that kind of naturally repel this energy, because if this type of negative energy is coming at you, they themselves will feel like, oh wait, I shouldn't even be near pine tree right now, because I know it's kind of dangerous. Kind of like that. It's like, wow, this person know themselves, this person respect themselves. If I'm going in with impure an intention, I'm gonna be in trouble. Yeah, this type of like energy. So pine tree, you're gonna blossom into someone who's so, what do you call that, so protective, but also no bullshit. Yeah, it's like, if you're coming to me, you better come correct. And yeah, that's so empowered, pine tree. Congratulations. So the third month, you're gonna be so unstoppable. It's like nothing go past you, because I feel like maybe in the past you let things pass by so easily, as in you were so lenient in the past, but you have blossomed into someone who's not even a little bit of disrespect will get past you. It's like giving me Queen of Swords energy. Yeah. Okay, pine tree, that was how you're gonna blossom in the next 3 months. So next, I'm gonna give you an original poem written by me, and this poem, number 25. Number 25, it's called Armor Fall. I feel like it describes your energy really well in the beginning, or like who you're gonna transition into. Okay. I never surrender. I always want to be empowered. Things are in my hands. I'm the one who has to come up with a practical plan. It's up to me to create my vision. I got everything that I need. I'm literally the magician. No need to ask for help. I can handle it all. I can handle it on my lonesome self. But suddenly, I see a wall. I don't see myself jumping over. The blockage is too hard. There's something obscuring my eyes. I'm trying a new method, so I'm letting my sword down and my armor fall. Why do I feel like I need to be the only one to burden it all? So that was my original poetry. I hope it resonated in some way, and yeah, that's it, pine tree. That was how you're gonna blossom in the next 3 months. I feel like your energy is, this is a big transition for you, and it feels amazing. You are becoming someone that I feel like that you can be proud of, and I feel like you should be proud of yourself even right now, pine tree. You are amazing, and the work you do to surrender is not going unnoticed. Yeah. So that's it, pine tree. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And if you like my original poetry, please don't forget to check it out on my Instagram in the description below. And yeah, thank you for being here, pine tree. Bye bye.